Hey folks, I'm Mike. Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/Inkdependence. It keeps this blog ad-free. Hey folks, I'm Mike. This is the Rickshaw Zero Messenger. This is the medium size. It is 10.5 inches tall, although it is a messenger, so if you unlatch that, you can go up higher if you need to and just cram stuff in there. It is 12.5 inches long, and so it's big enough for a 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is what I usually have in here. It's not in here today because it's right here. I'm recording on it. So, but it does fit, I promise. And then it is 6 inches deep. So it gives you a fair amount of carry space without being too huge. I've taken this to pin shows, kind of everywhere. So, this bag, in its normal form, and we'll talk about customs and that kind of stuff because this is custom, is $99, and that's in any of the his regular like 5 Cordura colors, just sort of standard colorways. If you want to upgrade to full-on custom action, there are so many choices. Just looking at the website here right quick, there are 1, 2, 3, I don't know, a couple of 3 dozen versions of Cordura that you can get. There's several different houndstooth patterns. This is obviously a tweed. There's several tweeds. Ooh, he might have added some tweeds. And then there's this X-Pack stuff, which is actually what I have on the inside. This is a sailcloth. It's got these like X's of fiber through them. It's pretty waterproof, that kind of stuff. And you can have those in any variation that you like. So tons of different options if you go custom on this, and that's just an extra $20. That makes it $119 for the messenger bag. However, you're going to want to add some stuff on the inside. It comes sort of empty. It's got a couple of pockets up front, but the interior of the bag is empty. There's no organization. There's no laptop storage. None of that stuff at $119 or at $99. And that is because you add that stuff in as you like it, because you may not carry a laptop, and so why have laptop storage? All that stuff is on Velcro rails on the inside, and I'll show you those things as we unpack. Okay. So as I mentioned, this is a custom job. I did buy this, by the way. He did give me a discount in the way back days to buy it, but yeah, I bought this. So on the inside, orange X-Pack. On the outside, gray tweed, because I'm a professor and I'm kind of a nerd that way. You can see in here, plenty of stuff in here. This is a pretty typical carry for me when I'm just going to school. I carry about this much stuff. I didn't weigh it. It feels like a lot. This bag weighs like 1.5 pounds. Is that right? 1.25 pounds empty. So it weighs very little when it's empty. And it has this, oh, by the way, it does have a strap. The strap is built in, but if for some reason like this stuff fails, they can fix it for you, or you can get yourself a fix-it kit pretty cheaply. It's got a nice quick-release buckle here, which I like a lot for shortening and lengthening the strap. And it's only on one side, although you actually can take this strap off now that I'm looking at it. I never tried to, because this is, let's see, my right shoulder carry is how I always carry this thing, and every other messenger bag. And I like that I could switch this over to the other shoulder if I wanted to. But this lets you put the bag on, cinch it up tight against your back and body, and then you can actually get another strap which goes on these D-rings that'll sort of hold it around the rest of you. So if you want to, bike messenger with this thing, you don't want it flapping around, you can just cinch it up to you with these D-rings and a little clippy thing that you can buy. I don't have one because I don't ever do that, but you can. So plenty of room in here. Let's talk about what I've got in here and why. Firstly is this Zojirushi bottle. This is a great vacuum bottle. It's like 20 ounces, I think. It's a big one. And that fits in here with no problem. Plenty of room in these pockets. Let me see if I can scoosh that open so you can see it. It tends to collapse on itself, but pretty big. In fact, this is my my A5 Rotorfed Tasha glider, which is a fairly thick notebook. It's got 3 notebooks in there, planner, that kind of stuff, and that fits in there perfectly with room to spare. I can actually cram some more stuff in there if I wanted to, but I generally can I put both of these in there? Yeah, not really, but I could cram another notebook or 2 in there, no problem at all. So that lives in there because I want it to be quick access. Just pick up the flap, and get in there. Other stuff in here, I have a fairly thick philosophy book. I got today information technology and moral philosophy, which I keep meaning to get into again. I haven't done it in a little bit. Also, I've got this franklin-christoph zippered pad folio, another A5 critter. And then I've got, this has my lecture notes and that day-to-day notes that I need to keep track of in there. This is my always need you, don't want to see you bag. basically, whenever I switch backpacks or bags, I just take this and throw it in the new bag because this has all my teachery stuff in it that I need. Things like whiteboard markers and laser pointers and Advil and allergy pills, bacterial hand sanitizer stuff, dongles, all that kind of jazz. So that all goes in here. This is another Rickshaw case. It's called the Gadget Pouch, I believe. So had that for a while. Another tweed, because who doesn't need tweed? And then right now I have my my MacBook Pro in here because I can't put my computer in there. You can put the computer and the MacBook Pro in there, no problem. So now this is kind of emptied. You can see what's on the inside. Up here is your laptop storage. It's a very 13-inch laptop. It's padded. On the other side is an organizer. This is the large deluxe organizer. And the thing about these is they come out. Not easily. All right, there we go. You can see it has two Velcro rails on the back, top and bottom, and those go on these Velcro rails inside the bag, which you can either use or not. So if you're not using this for, I don't know, taking to school or work sort of stuff, you can take this to the gym. I've done that a little bit. I started swimming again. I just crammed all my stuff in here. This X-Pack kept everything else dry. No problem. This is the other organizer, which goes on, of course, another Velcro rail at the top. There's no bottom Velcro rail on the other side, which is kind of interesting, but you know, that's the way it goes. And you can see down at the bottom here, I had an ink spill down in this corner. You can't really tell much because X-Pack is pretty waterproof, although it did get a little bit of you know, ink feathering through the material itself, but none of it came through the bottom of the bag, which is kind of awesome. All right, this organizer I think is actually really great. This is, by the way, these are add-ons, as I mentioned before. So this is like what is it, 20 bucks, 15 bucks, 19 bucks for the laptop sleeve, and this was another 20. There's a smaller one that I think is 15, but this is good for me. It's got pouches here. I've got what have I got in here now? Oh yeah, different sizes of Post-it notes, like 3 or 4 different kinds of Post-it notes in this one. Coffee flavored candies, although a lot of times I'll keep memory sticks and USB drives in the center one. It's got a few pen loops. It's got a zipper thing at the top, which has a good amount of storage inside. I've got, you know, other stuff in there. Not much now because it's summer, and so I don't really have that stuff on me. So those would go down there. So that's some stuff I added. So you're looking at $120 for the custom bag. You're looking at another like 40 bucks-ish for accessory holders and stuff, but you don't have to get those. They're, you know, if you don't need them, you don't need them, so they're not built in, which I think is kind of nice. The other thing that I added to this are these little straps, because I don't love that sound. It's not my favorite sound in the world, Velcro. I do love this patch that says Fresh Bags Made Daily. I think that's great. But this Velcro here is plenty good to keep this closed. Which, I mean, I don't really use. The thing I did about that, and I do this for all my bags that have Velcro, is I make myself a little silencer. So I got some, like some double-sided Velcro tape stuff, and I stuck those together with a piece of Gorilla Tape on the outside, and then I apply that to this Velcro strip here, and then voila, silence. And so, since I knew I wasn't going to want the Velcro, and you can't really add these on later, I went ahead and had them add straps. This is another 15 bucks. So for this bag, full price, $173 is what you're looking at, which is, I mean, on the high side, but it's honestly not that much higher, and it's actually lower than a lot of other custom handmade stuff that you would get. And this is custom down to like the color of this like Rickshaw badge on the outside. So, you know, pretty cool. Also, I think the turnaround on this was very quick, but again, it's been a while. So, adding these little clips, while I don't use them all the time, when I do need to use them, they're great. Here's another thing you can use them for. Over here, I have tripods. I actually have two tripods and a light mount over here. And sometimes I need to take those to school, or at least one or two of them. And one thing you can do with a messenger bag, if you have straps on it, is you can load up your bag as you normally would, and then you put the tripod across the top and fasten this down, and then you clip these little straps in and cinch it down, and it'll hold your tripod in there, which is very handy, frankly, because sometimes you don't want a tripod just bumping around everywhere, or whatever else you want to throw across the top here. So I really like the straps. I suggest them. I think they're a great addition to this bag. So other things about this bag I might have forgotten to say. I don't know. You got these little D-rings down in the corners. You got them up here and down here. You got Velcro. You got, you know, all kinds of accessory straps, all that jazz. So cons about this bag. Let's start with pros. Let's talk pros first. Pros, firstly, handmade by like a small set of people who like care about making good stuff. I like all my Rickshaw gear. Second thing, no waste in this design. I like the way they designed it so that all the, all the pieces of this like fabric aren't just like cut out and thrown in the bin. They are incorporated in the bag in some way. So like these little corners are made of like pieces of the fabric. So I think that's great from, a big sheet. And actually Mark has a video on that and I'll link it down below in the description, like showing how it all goes together. Thirdly, great daily carry. I take this to school kind of a lot. If I have to carry a whole bunch of stuff, I'll grab a bigger bag. If I'm gonna be doing like an overnight trip for something, I'll get a bigger bag. But this is great for like a medium to light carrier. It's got, let's hold this mountain of stuff plus a laptop, plus like I can throw some other stuff in there too. It's not maxed out. Fourthly, waterproofing is available. I put this X pack in here and it's pretty water resistant. Might even be waterproof. I haven't like filled the bag with water or anything, but there is a waterproofing layer you can get them to put in for like a few bucks. It's in the accessories page when you order these things, and that'll make it waterproof all the way around, which is pretty nice, especially if you're messengering around or you live in a place where it rains a lot or something like that. Thirdly, this is like fifth. Man, so much customization. You can really custom this thing. Nobody else has one that looks like this probably. Or, I don't know, heck, maybe they do because it's a brilliant looking bag, but, so much customization. And in fact, he can probably print you fabrics because that's a thing he does sometimes. I haven't had it done. I've got some bags up here for him that have been custom printed, but you can do whatever you want. So, pretty great customization. Pros. One is, it ain't cheap. At $173 for all the stuff I got built into and on and with this bag, that ain't cheap. You can get, a couple of other good bags for that price. But I think the customization and like the handwork that goes into one of these, worth it to me. And I look, I paid a discount, but I'd buy another one of these for sure. The other thing is that there's not a specific water bottle pocket. I've always got a canister of water with me of some kind. And this one, of course, never sweats. It's double-walled, vacuum-insulated. Zojirushi is the bomb. Link in the description. These aren't affiliate links or anything, just like good stuff to have. And so this I can just throw in the main compartment with all the rest of my stuff, my papers and whatnot. But other bottles and stuff I'll throw up in the front. This will actually handle a Nalgene bottle pretty well, but it will impinge a little bit on your interior space. I do kind of wish there was a water bottle pocket that was specifically for that. But on the other hand, I don't know where you'd put it. This is a clean and slick looking bag, and I don't know where it would go. It wouldn't go on the outside. It'd look all weird. So I think it works just fine. So that's a con, kind of, but like stick it in one of these front pockets, you'll be good. All right, so that's it. Thank you very much to Mark for giving me the discount on this bag so long ago. Thank y'all for watching. Check me out on the social medias where I am at Madison on Twitter. I am at Inkdependence on Instagram. And you can find my merch, all kinds of merch, including some Rickshaw merch, over at inky-d.com. Find yourself some merch. I will see y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Peace out.